Now we are going to start with the subtopic of biomolecules, that is the enzymes. So what are enzymes actually? Enzymes are the globular proteins that can catalyze the biochemical reactions. So we have seen that many biochemical reactions, you are almost know about the enzymes also. We have many enzymes, like when we are digesting something, we have a maltase enzyme, we have a lactase enzyme, we have a pepsin enzyme. So these are all enzymes actually. So enzymes actually act as a catalyst, that means they increase the rate of reactions or can also decrease the rate of reactions of biochemical reactions. So these are the catalyst. Now if we talk about that, what is the basic structure of is made up of enzymes? So they are made up of proteins. They are made up of proteins. And if we talk about the enzymes, you know that they are very specific in action. They are very specific in action. That means for a particular reaction, there is a particular enzyme. It's not like that we have 5-6 enzymes and we can use any of them in any reactions. They are actually particular for the given reaction. Like their effect is particular, they act on a particular reaction, right? So they are actually specific in action. Now you know that what is the reason? The reason is their structural arrangement. The reason is their special structural arrangement is there of the enzymes, and means they can form a, when we will study about the mechanism, you will see that they form actually a complex with the reactants. So there is a specific reactant which can fit into the, or which can form the complex with an enzyme. So no, it's not like that any of the reactant can react with enzymes and form the complex. So that is why, due to their special structural arrangement, they are specific in action. So these are the enzymes. Now if we talk about the enzymes, you know that their name actually end with mostly with ase. As I told you, maltase, right? So it ends with ase. As I told you, lactase. So all those whose name end with ase are mostly enzymes. And sometimes you know that the enzymes are named according to the reactions also. They are named according to the reaction also. So now if we talk about the characteristics of the enzymes, we have seen that enzymes can actually increase the rate of reaction. They can actually affect or increase the rate of reaction. How? They provide alternate low energy path, activation energy path. We know that for a reaction to occur, the reactant must possess an activation energy, then only they can cross the energy barrier. So what they do, they provide an alternate an activation energy path, and that is comparatively lower than the original one. So the reactant molecules can easily cross that, can increase the collision frequency, and hence the rate is increased. So they can affect the rate of reaction. They can act on a specific temperature. They best, you can say, they best function at temperature around 310 Kelvin, and pH ranges from 6 to 8. These are the temperature and the pH condition when the enzymes are most powerful in their action. And we see that they are specific in action. As I told you that when we will study the mechanism, this point will be clear. So I am just holding this point here. They are specific in action. Their action can be controlled also, and their action can be inhibited also. That means it's not like that if you add an enzyme, it is going to affect the rate in an uncontrolled manner. It's not like that. We can actually control the rate of the reaction which is catalyzed by the enzyme, and also if we need to inhibit its action, we can also inhibit that. Otherwise, if we need to promote its action, so we have the coenzymes. Like if you want that your enzyme should function in a better way, like to enhance the activity of the enzyme, we have coenzymes. They are actually non-proteins, like the ions and all. So they can actually act as coenzyme. They can actually affect the activity of the enzyme. And likewise, we can say we can use the inhibitors, which can actually inhibit the action of enzyme, enzyme also. And likewise, you know that they are required in a very small amount, means a small quantity is efficient in causing its effect, whether the effect is enhancing or the inhibiting. The enzyme in small quantity is fully powerful and can action in a better way, right? So these are what are the characteristics of the enzymes. Now if we talk about that how it functions actually, like what is the mechanism that how the enzyme functions. So you will see that, we have the enzyme, let's say this is my enzyme. My enzyme actually possess, you know that enzymes actually have a specific active sites. they have specific active sites, and you know that these active sites, the shape of these active sites are means the specific ones, that means only the specific reactant or a substrate can fit into it. Suppose I have a substrate like this which can actually fit into it. So what happened, this is my substrate, this is my enzyme, it will fit into it. If it is capable of fitting, then only the reaction is going to take place, otherwise this enzyme is not going to catalyze this reaction, right. So if it fits into it, then what happened, it form a complex like this. So this is my enzyme substrate complex. Here only it transforms, I'll just draw it more neatly, like it fits like this. Suppose it fits into, it's like this. Now if it fits here only, it gets transformed and form a product, EP is formed, and we can actually remove this our product, and then again this will be a vacant site for any other substrate. So that means it is a kind of lock and key type of mechanism. That means this is a lock, if the key suits the lock, then only it is going to fit into it, then only it is going to transform into a product, and then the enzyme and product then gets separated out, and then again it is open to any other substrate. So this is how it catalyzes the reaction, by forming a lock and key type of mechanism. Now coming to the point that where these enzymes are actually used. You know that many of the enzymes, they are actually used in curing the disease. I'll give you an example. Suppose we have a streptokinase enzyme. Are you aware of this enzyme? Have you ever heard this enzyme? This is a you know that important enzyme which actually can dissolve the heart clot, and you know that it is used to dissolve the blood clot which can actually cause the heart attack. So here the streptokinase enzyme, we can say, is used to dissolve the blood clot. It is used to dissolve the blood clot, otherwise it can cause the heart attack. So this is the enzyme. There are many more other enzymes also. I am talking about the one, but there are many enzymes which are actually used in curing the disease. Likewise, there are many enzymes whose deficiency can cause the disease. Like for example, I have phenylalanine hydroxylase is an enzyme which whose deficiency can cause the disease phenylketonuria. It can cause the disease phenylketonuria. Likewise, we have the enzyme tyrosinase which can cause the disease albinism. So there are many enzymes which can actually cause the disease also. And likewise, you know that enzymes function in a better way, in a perfect way in the industries also. As you are aware of the breweries, you are aware of the hard drinks and all. You know that the hard drinks are formed at the cost of fermentation, and fermentation is carried out by the enzymes which are particularly released by the microorganism like yeast. So there also it is used in the preparation of the hard drinks, wines, whiskey, beers. They are all prepared at the cost of fermentation. Fermentation occur at the cost of the enzymes which are further released by the microorganisms. So there also it is functional. Likewise, you can get a cheese like you get a cheese from milk. Again, there also the enzymes are used. So we can say the enzymes are playing you can say a vast role. This is just this part of you can say the functioning I have told you, that they actually cover a vast fields. They are functioning in almost every field, and they are just acting in such a way that they are increasing the rate up to means so many times, and they are actually, as I told you, they are used in curing the disease also. Their deficiencies causing the disease. That means they are important part of life, right? So these are what are the enzymes.